She slammed the tray down on the wrong table, her eyes skipping right over the young black girl sitting alone with her notebook. "Not my problem," she muttered under her breath, wiping her hands on her apron as she turned away. Hours later, when the cafe's lights flickered on for closing, she burst into tears, because that ignored girl wasn't just any customer. She owned the entire place, and the waitress's shift was over forever. If you're watching this from New York, London, or anywhere in the USA or UK, hit that like button right now and share your own story of workplace surprises in the comments below. Did a rude moment ever cost you everything? She walked into the bustling cafe on a rainy Tuesday morning in downtown Chicago, her backpack slung over one shoulder and her notebook tucked under her arm. Her name was Aisha Thompson, a 28-year-old entrepreneur who had quietly bought the cafe 6 months earlier through a discreet LLC. She never announced it. She preferred blending in, observing how her staff treated everyday customers. That day, she chose a corner table by the window, ordered a black coffee, and pulled out her notebook to jot down ideas for expanding the business. The waitress on duty was Karen Mills, a 42-year-old veteran server who had worked at the cafe for 8 years under the previous owner. Karen prided herself on efficiency, but her efficiency came with sharp edges. She scanned the room, noting the suited businessman at the counter, big tippers, and the family of 4 in the booth, easy upsell for desserts. Then her eyes landed on Aisha's table. A single black woman, dressed in jeans and a simple hoodie, no makeup, no jewelry flashing cash. Karen's lip curled slightly. Low tipper, she thought, based on years of her own biases playing out in split-second judgments. She decided to handle the high-value tables first. Aisha sat there patiently, her coffee arriving cold after 15 minutes because Karen had forgotten to pour it fresh. When Aisha politely raised her hand for a menu, she wanted to order the avocado toast. Karen breezed past without a glance, serving the white couple next door instead. "Excuse me," Aisha said softly, but Karen was already laughing with the businessman, comping their refills. Aisha noted it all in her notebook, her pen moving steadily. She wasn't angry yet. She was documenting. By noon, the cafe hit its lunch rush. Karen juggled orders like a pro, but Aisha's table remained a ghost zone. The young black girl waited 45 minutes for her toast, which never came. When she asked again, Karen finally snapped over her shoulder, "We're swamped, honey. You'll get it when we get to you." The word honey dripped with condescension, and Aisha's table was the only one in the section without silverware set or water refilled. Other customers noticed, the family whispered, "That's rude," but Karen didn't care. She pocketed $80 in tips from the businessman alone, smirking as she ignored the corner. Aisha stayed calm, sipping her lukewarm coffee. She owned 3 other cafes across the Midwest, but this one was her pet project, a diverse spot meant to uplift the community. Ignoring her wasn't just rude, it was about to unravel everything for Karen. Main conflict is suspense. The tension boiled over at 1:15 p.m. when Aisha stood up, her notebook closed. She approached the counter where Karen was ringing up a large order. "Miss, I've been here for over an hour. No food, no service. Can you explain?" Aisha's voice was even, but firm. Karen whipped around, her face flushing red. "Lady, I told you we're busy. You see all these people. You think you're special or something." The entire cafe hushed, forks clattered, conversations died. The businessman paused mid-bite. Aisha didn't flinch. "Special? No. But paying customer? Yes. I've ordered twice, waited twice as long as everyone else. This isn't busy, this is targeted." Karen laughed, a harsh bark that echoed. "Targeted? Oh, please. I treat everyone the same. If you can't handle a rush, maybe dine somewhere cheaper." She leaned in, voice dropping to a venomous whisper audible to nearby tables. "And sweetie, with that attitude, no wonder you're alone. Maybe tip better next time." Gasps rippled through the room. The white couple at the next table stood up abruptly. "That's racist," the woman shouted. "We saw you ignore her the whole time." Karen's eyes narrowed. "Racist? Excuse me. I don't see color, I see tips. And she hasn't tipped a dime yet." Aisha crossed her arms. "Tips come after service, Karen. And your name tag says it all. She pulled out her phone, hitting record. Let's hear it from you. Why did you skip my table 4 times? Karen exploded. Because you're not worth it. Look at you, solo, no group, no big order. I prioritize who matters. And yeah, maybe folks like you complain more for less. Happy now? The slur hung unspoken but clear in her tone. The family of 4 filmed it too. Call the manager, they yelled. But there was no manager on shift. Just Karen in charge. She grabbed the phone. I'm calling security on you for causing a scene. Aisha smiled faintly. Go ahead. But first, serve my toast, or comp it. Karen slammed the phone down. No. Get out. You're banned. She shoved Aisha's notebook off the counter. Pages scattered, notes on staff performance, expansion plans, all marked with Karen's name circled in red. The suspense thickened as customers surrounded them. This is discrimination, one man bellowed. I've been coming here for years, never seen this. Karen screamed back. Mind your business. She's the problem. Sweat beaded on her forehead. Her tips scattered on the floor as she flailed. Aisha stood rock still, phone capturing every word. Sirens wailed faintly outside. Someone had called the cops on the commotion. Karen's heart raced. This is my cafe. I run it. She lied, voice cracking. Aisha's eyes gleamed. The black girl wasn't backing down. She was escalating. The police arrived at 1:30 p.m. 2 officers stepping into the chaos. What's going on here? The taller one asked, scanning the crowd. Karen pointed accusingly. This woman refused to leave. She's harassing me. Aisha handed over her phone calmly. Officers, watch this. 60 seconds of ignored service, then outright hostility. The video played. Karen skips, her honey, her explosion. The officers' faces hardened. Sounds like a civil matter, but if it's discrimination, we take statements, the second officer said. He turned to customers. Anyone else? The floodgates opened. The white couple, she ignored her completely, served us instantly. The family, we saw the bias, it's blatant. Even the businessman chimed in, we tipped big, but this is wrong. Refund us too. Karen interrupted, voice shrill. Lies. All lies. I've worked here 8 years, never a complaint. Aisha spoke up. Actually, there have been complaints. 6 in the last year, all from black customers. I have records. She pulled up emails on her phone, forwarding them to the officers. The lead officer nodded. Step aside. We're detaining you for questioning on potential hate crime charges. Karen's world tilted. Hate crime. You're kidding. She's nobody. She lunged for Aisha's phone, but an officer blocked her. Assault now. Great, he said, cuffing her lightly. As they led her to the squad car, customers cheered. But the real heat built inside the cafe. Aisha addressed the room. Thank you for witnessing. This cafe stands against this. Free coffee for all, on me. Cheers erupted. Word spread like wildfire. By 2 p.m., local news vans pulled up. Reporters swarmed. Is this a racism scandal? Aisha gave a statement, not a scandal, a wake-up call. Service should be equal. Karen, in the back of the cruiser, seethed. You'll pay for this, she yelled through the window. But her phone buzzed, texts from co-workers. What did you do? Videos viral. Back inside, Aisha called her lawyer. File the termination. And the lawsuit for defamation. The lawyer replied. Done. EEOC complaint too. By 3 p.m., the cafe emptied, but online exploded. #ignored in Chicago trended. Tweets. Waitress fires herself basically. Black owner schools racist server. Views hit 500K. Karen's husband picked her up from the station at 4 p.m. Babe, you're trending, for the wrong reasons. She sobbed. It's not fair. She looked poor. He scrolled his phone. Honey, read this. The breaking news, Aisha Thompson, 28, revealed as sole owner of Café after viral confrontation. Karen froze. Owner? No. Impossible. But it was. Aisha's bio. Tech investor, silent majority owner since May. Net worth. $12 million. The build-up peaked at 5 p.m. Aisha returned to the cafe, now quiet. Staff gathered nervously. Karen's gone, she announced. Effective immediately. New policy. Sensitivity training. Mandatory. Who's with me? They applauded. Karen, home now, packed her uniform. Her phone rang, fired via text. Reason. Gross misconduct, discrimination. She called the cafe. Let me explain. Aisha answered. Too late. You ignored the owner. Lawsuit served tomorrow. Karen begged. Please. I have kids. Bills. Aisha's voice was steel. You had a job. You chose bias. Live with it. Click. By 6 p.m., national outlets picked it up. CNN, BBC. Racist waitress humiliated, owner was the victim. Karen's face plastered everywhere. Job offers. Zero. Friends ghosted. The heated calls poured in. Karen to her sister. She tricked me. Sister, you tricked yourself with hate. Aisha to her mentor. It worked. Exposed the rot. Mentor. Proud. Expand nationwide. At 7 p.m., Karen confronted her mirror. I lost everything. Her reflection stared back, jobless, exposed. Hours later, at 8 p.m. sharp, the cafe's back door swung open. Aisha walked in, flanked by her team. Lights blazed, a grand reopening banner hung. No trace of Karen. Karen, watching from her car across the street, saw it all. Her replacement, a young black woman, smiled at customers. Tips flowed evenly. The viral video looped on screens, Aisha's calm takedown. The twist hit Karen like a freight train. She wasn't just fired. The cafe was thriving without her. Aisha had turned poison into profit. Reservations booked for weeks, donations to anti-racism causes pouring in. Karen drove home, defeated. The next morning, court papers arrived. $250,000 lawsuit for emotional distress, lost wages, defamation. Her savings. Gone in legal fees. Aisha, meanwhile, sat at her old corner table, notebook open. New entry. Lesson learned. Equality pays. The cafe boomed. $50K in one night. In the end, the ignored black girl didn't just own the cafe, she owned the narrative. Karen's life crumbled, Aisha's soared. Justice served, hot and unfiltered. Watching from Los Angeles, Manchester, or any city in the USA or UK. Smash that subscribe button now, drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Karen's downfall deserved? Share this story to expose real biases, and tag a friend who needs this wake-up call.